Hello friends, Kenji, Numot the Nummy, Egashira, back again for another edition of Drafting with Numot, this time in conjunction with MTGO Traders. We are firing up a Legacy Cube Draft. If you guys have watched my channel or videos, anywhere else on YouTube or Numot Gaming, etc., then you'll know we've been drafting a lot of Legacy Cube lately, and this is no different. So Legacy Cube is just, well, a lot of cards from Legacy or Legacy staples, or at least cards that are available in Legacy, put in a draftable format. So you're going to see a lot of powerful cards here like Sneak Attack, Terminus, Force of Will, etc. And what I'm going to do here is, well, I'm just going to draft what I like to draft. And that is probably going to be the Sneak Attack or Phantasmal Image, as they're both quite fun. Walking Ballista, also another fine choice, but I think I'm going to take the Sneak Attack here. And then immediately get past an Ashiok and a Splinter Twin. Truthfully, I don't think Sneak Attack is as good in Legacy Cube. Now that they've kind of neutered it down a bit, they've taken out a lot of the stronger creatures, but there still are plenty of things that you can do. So we'll see. In this pack anyways, I think Ashiok and Splinter Twin are the two most powerful cards. And, well, we already took a Sneak Attack, so I'm going to go ahead and take Splinter Twin and see if we can do like a Sneaky Jeeky Splinter Twin type combo deck. Seems like a good place to go. Ooh, and a good follow-up to that is Keranos, God of Storms. This card is amazing. One of the best win cons in any format. And just one of my favorite cards in general. So I think we're probably just going to take that. Passing a Frost Titan here, some other fine cards, but I think this is a pretty great start to a draft. You can actually Sneak Attack in a Keranos at end of turn. You will have to sacrifice it still, even though he's an enchantment, but still some good value there. This pack not as exciting. Stratus Dancer, fine. Inspiring Vantage, also fine. I think probably lean on the Stratus Dancer here. Inspiring Vantage could also be a fine pick, but nothing amazing. Yeah, we'll take the Dancer and see what goes on. This could be a sign that I should be moving into a different color. And in fact, in a cube like this, you should probably stay open. Maybe take like the Murderous Cut, Tireless Tracker. Perhaps that's the best course of action. Even Spell Queller seems like a fine pickup here. Grixis or Jeskai? You know what? Let's take the Spell Queller and see what happens. I'm always down to do a little jank. Nothing wrong with that. This pack has nothing great for me. I'm going to take the Bloodstained Mire, as fetches are generally very high pickups. So if I pick up like a Volcanic Island, then Bloodstained Mire is going to be able to find that, etc., etc. There is a Sensei's Divining Top, which is a great pick following a Mire, as you're able to look at the top three and then shuffle them away if you don't like them. Electrolyze them, they're a good pick as well. But if we're going the combo route, which with Sneak Attack and Splinter Twin, it does look like we want to, I think Top is just a better choice, as it lets you go and find those important pieces that you want. Ooh, Mimic Vat's another really sweet one in conjunction with Sneak Attack. You get to Sneak Attack the creature in. That creature dies because you sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. You don't exile it, and then you can Mimic Vat the creature for as another form of a Sneak Attack, kind of. Banishing Light, Careful Consideration, also pretty good pickups here. And I think I'm going to lean on the Careful Consideration, as card draw is just king. Happy to take a Daze. I like these cheap interactive spells, and this one you can just cast by returning an island to your hand as opposed to just hard casting it. Can just get people sometimes. Arc Trail also pretty good. Oblivion Stone also nice with Keranos. Alright, wield the Walking Ballista, the Terminus, and the Revel Arc. I think here we take the Revel Arc, as if we do pick up Kiki Jiki and say Deceiver Exarch, Revel Arc can get both of those pieces back. And it's just a fine big beater as well. Wow, Plateau was an awesome pickup, especially if I'm going Jeskai. I can already get it off the Bloodstained Mire, and it fixes for two of our colors. That was an awesome wheel. Outpost Siege here. We're not going to play any of those white cards, and Siege is a good value card in a grindy matchup. I generally start this card in the sideboard, but in specific matchups, it is just premium. So good start to a draft right now. Of course, again, I don't have to run Splinter Twin. Sneak Attack already has some nice value with Revel Arc too, which I didn't mention earlier. But I like the way things are shaping up as we get a Fiend Hunter here, I guess. Again, another card we're probably putting in the sideboard. Dregs of the first pack going around. Still 2 more packs to go. I'm not concerned about not having any of the combo pieces. Ratchet Bomb or Crater Claws. Both cards were almost certainly not main decking, and I think Ratchet Bomb is just going to be a better sideboard card, so go ahead and take that there, see what happens. Ooh, Electrolyze Wield. That is really solid. Pillar of Flame does have some good value. There are creatures that you do want to exile, things like Drolf's Messenger and whatnot, but Electrolyze is just great. Okay, so pretty good first pack overall. Let's see what the second pack can bring to us. And we open and Assemble the Legion. Really solid enchantment. Just if this stays on the battlefield for any number of turns, it's very, very hard to lose from that spot unless you're already so far behind. Glacial Fortress for fixing, Glenelendra Archmage, Fire and Ice, Unexpectedly Absent, Force Spike. Even a Recruiter of the Guild is fine to search up some combo pieces, which I don't have any yet, but you can if you get them. Here I think I take the Glenelendra Archmage. This is just one of my favorite creatures in Cube in general. Not even just Legacy Cube, in any Cube. Just way too many powerful spells that you want to deal with, and this is still another really nice creature with Splinter Twin, so take the Glenelendra. See what gets passed to us from here on out. Marsh Flats. Ulamog is interesting with Sneak Attack. Only problem is I don't get the cast trigger, but exiling the top 20 cards in an opponent's library does put them on a moderately fast clock. If I'm not taking Ulamog here, I'm taking a card draw spell or a counter. Ulamog. Card draw, counter. All fine pickups here. I think for the sake of this video, we're going to have some fun, and I'm going to take the Ulamog, but normally I would probably take the Dissipate. But let's get a fatty. Why not? I don't know, if one fatty wasn't good enough. We have Emrakul, the Promised End here. Again, not a very good one with Sneak Attack in the sense that you don't get the Annihilator trigger that you would with Emrakul, the Eon's Torn, but still 13 damage worth of flying is certainly nice. Here, though, I think we have to just take the Steam Vents. Another land fetchable with Bloodstained Mire, and it produces 2 of our colors. Also passing a Jace, Chain Lightning, and a Mana War here, but Steam Vents, pretty easy pickup for me. Just like Counterspell is going to be a very easy pickup for me. I love Counterspell. I'm a blue mage at heart, and none of the other cards are that great here. Soulfire Grandmaster, pretty silly with some of these spells, but Counterspell, just premium. Normally, Upheaval would be a slam pick, but in this cube, it is surprisingly not. They've removed a lot of the brown mana, that is to say, artifact ramp, in this format, so Upheaval got a lot worse and is almost always unplayable unless you're playing like a blue-green ramp deck, because you have all the mana dorks that you can help ramp with the Upheaval. So here instead, I think we'll be taking either the Thing in the Ice or the Grim Lavamancer. How many spells do I have for Thing in the Ice right now? 1, 2, 3, 4? That's not that many, but again, it's midway through second pack, so we can kind of prioritize and build around the Thing in the Ice. Pick up some more instants and sorceries. And worst case scenario, it's an early blocker, 0-4 wall. Show and Tell. Could build the old Sneak and Show here in this queue, but I think instead we want either Spell Pierce or the Spell Skite. Both more interactive spells. And this card is very risky. There's just so many things that you can get blown out by. In one of my earlier cubes, I played Show and Tell, and I put in, I think it was Emrakul, and then my opponent had a Noxious Gearhulk that they put in and killed Emrakul and gained 15 life. Pretty sad face for me. I'm going to take the Spell Pierce here. Took the Counterspell, mentioned I love counters, and Spell Pierce is similarly great. Hey, there's a Kiki Jiki. Okay, so we are almost there. We have the Splinter Twin and the Kiki Jiki. Now we are looking for one of, I think, 4 cards. Pestermite, Zealous Conscripts, Deceiver Exarch, and Restoration Angel. All of those can combo off pretty well. Splinter Twin notably does not combo off with Restoration Angel, but now that we have the Kiki Jiki, any of the combo pieces are going to be excellent. Really huge fan of Kolaghan's Command. I think that card is great, but here we have a Baral Chief of Compliance or a Lightning Helix for us. We do have Daze, Counterspell, and Spell Pierce, so Baral does have merit, but I think Lightning Helix is going to be a better choice overall. Okay, Glacial Fortress Wield. I'm going to go ahead and take that over any of the other cards, Fire and Ice, Assemble a Legion. Fixing is important now that we've gotten the triple red card in Kiki Jiki. Manic Vandal doesn't seem terrible. This is a must, though, so if top is the only artifact on the battlefield, you will have to attempt to destroy it. I like Manic Vandal as a sideboard card, if nothing else, though. I'm going to take Jace here over Emrakul, the Promised End. I know this is still fine with Sneak Attack, but I think Jace is going to be better for us, and Ulamog is a better Sneak Attack creature than Emrakul, because even though this deals more damage and is evasive and tramples, this one exiles 20 cards, which I think is generally going to be a quicker clock in this deck. Teferi is fine, although the triple blue versus the triple red is awkward. Also a dual caster mage, which is not too shabby. We're going to go ahead and take that as it's easier to cast. Upheaval Wield, I'll take that. Show and Tell. I would love to be able to play this, but again, it's too risky, and currently in my deck, it's not even that great. Careful Study is certainly a card we could play, though. It does have some synergy with Revel Arc. Can dig us into our important spells. Currently, I'm going to be cutting the Sneak Attack and just going the Kiki Jiki Splinter Twin route, but we'll see. I could always pick up some Titans or Wormcoil Engine. Something that would change my mind. But that was the end of Pack 2. We go to the start of Pack 3, and we have a few good opens here. Impulse, Gifts Ungiven, Hollowed Fountain, Is It Charm, and a Treachery. We're going to go ahead and just take the Treachery here. One of the best cards that you can probably pick up in blue. Treachery is just absurd. 5 mana. You control enchanted creature, and when it enters, you untap up to 5 lands. So, quote-unquote, free spell, and just lets you do a lot of broken things. So, happy to take the Treachery. Oof, so gross. I would absolutely love to take the Volcanic Island here, as it is another great land for us, but Zealous Conscripts has to be the pick. We don't have any of the combo pieces yet to go along with the Kiki Jiki Splinter Twin, and Zealous Conscripts is one of the 4 that we are looking for, so I have to take it. Have to pass the Volcanic Island. A little bit sad, but overall, the correct pick. Really would like to find like a Mind Stone or a Cold Steel Heart or any of the 3 mana rocks like Coalition Relic. Those would be pretty good in our deck right now, as it looks like we'll be taking a Repeal in this pack over Burst Lightning. Not interested in Storm Chaser Mage, Storm Breath Dragon, or Burst Lightning, but Repeal does have utility. Another really medium pack here for us. I'm not interested in taking Siege Gang Commander. I already have way too many high drops. Tropical Island serves us no purpose. I guess we can just take Revoker as a fine main deck that does hose some random cards. I'll put it in the sideboard for now, though. Okay, this pack, much better. I take the Wandering Fumarole here, as fixing is key, but Lightning Bolt, Tameo, Ajani, all fine pickups for sure. But some more red-blue fixing is top-notch right now. So maybe moving this Sneak Attack to the sideboard. Cyclonic Rift, a good pickup. Magma Jet, a good pickup. Rift has more swingy potential, but I think Magma Jet's going to be the pick. It can take care of some early game if we're getting rushed out, and the Scry, again, very relevant. Chandra Flamecaller and Chromatic Lantern. Wow. Excellent pickups. I would love to take Chandra here, but I think Chromatic Lantern might be a little bit too important. It's really close, though. God, Chandra is such a good win con on her own. But Lantern does so much for this deck, and it was one of the cards that I was talking about that I really wanted to see. Oh, this is close. This is close. I think in the end I'm going to go with the Lantern for the fixing, but one of the cards I did not want to pass. Chandra Flame Caller. Looks like I can also take out the Ulamog at this point as sneak attack. Also not in the deck. Alright, Venser versus Sulphur Falls. Also a Faith's Fetters and a Slag Storm. All pretty nice picks. I'm still a few playables short of where I want to be, so this might be a Venser pick over the land, which is nice, but do need a few more spells here. Let's see, I have Mire, Steam Vents, Fumarole, Plateau, Glacial Fortress. Yeah, we'll take Venser. Venser also works nicely with Revelark. Sorry, Sulphur Vents. Is it Charm on the Wheels? Perfect. Another card that interacts well with the opponent. You can kill a creature, you can counter one of their non-creature spells, or you can just loot with it. And that puts us at 23 cards, so I think we found our main deck. I'm pretty happy that we found that Zealous Conscripts. Whoa! Volcanic Island should not be wheeling here. That is absurd. Would love to take Riftwing, but wow. Also, just to note, Woodfall Primus, insane with sneak attack as it persists and you get to kill 2 things, but kind of off of that plan now. Pretty happy to get that Volcanic Island. Okay, I'll take the Siege Gang, but again, I don't think I'm playing it. Woo! I will play Ajani, though. That was an awesome wheel. And even in anger, probably fine in this deck. Okay, well, we're going to have to do some swipping and swapping. Swippin'? Swippin's not a word. Some switching and swapping. Now remember, Kiki-Jiki is non-legendary, but Splinter Twin is not. So you can Splinter Twin Venser, copy Venser, sacrifice the token, but still bounce a permanent or a spell. Alright, let's take a look at our breakdown of creatures versus non-creatures. I definitely want to run that Ajani that we just picked up. Let's take a look at our spell count now for Thing in the Ice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That seems good. So what are my 2 worst cards here? I think one is probably Dual Caster Mage. And could probably just cut one of these 2-mana spells. Or even Spell Pierce. Also, could cut Careful Consideration. How much card draw do I already have? Maybe not enough to cut the Careful. Could also just cut the Repeal. It's not necessary. It is silly, but it's not necessary. I think maybe we can go like this. And let's see, run the Fumarole, the Volcanic, the Steam Vent, the Plateau. Oh, I guess we're just running all of our non-basics. Perfect. So let's sort by color here. And see what our breakdown is. Alright, so Mire finds Plateau, Volcanic, and Steam Vents, the perfect fetch. Well, not the perfect fetch, as it doesn't find a regular island, but you know what I mean. Finds all of our colors, at any rate. So if we go the suggested 2-5-4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 sources of white, which seems like plenty, plus the Chromatic Lantern. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sources of blue. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sources of red. Could go up one more red source over a blue source, just because of the triple red on Kiki-Jiki. But it looks like we need the blue earlier, so I think this is actually fine. Alright. Looks like a solid deck to me. Again, would have really liked to have picked up a Restoration Angel, Pestermite, or Deceiver Exarch, but otherwise this is a nice blue-red-white combo deck that can probably just win otherwise with things like Karanos and Ajani Vengeance. So let's save this, and let's go to the first match, see how we do. Stay tuned.